Hundreds gathered for the grand entry of Wquimikong First Nations annual pow-wow celebration. Among the dancers is Karen Pheasant. She's surprised at this year's crowd.
I'm a university professor in Alberta, so I haven't been to our home powwow in quite a few years. And when I came yesterday morning at 10:30 in the morning, which I thought was early, it was packed. I just cannot get over it. And there's so many people that, today I was pointing at this one or that dancer, and it's my generation. They're retired, and so they're coming back home.
Wquimikong held its first powwow back in 1961. Pheasant says it was a group of women that wanted to bring the celebration of song and dance to the community.
It's my auntie, Marjorie Mishabinishma, and a few other ladies, Josephine Green, Josephine Pelche, a few of the ladies, most of them were teachers. And they wanted to bring that, and it was a practice that was more common in the prairie provinces. So a delegation of these women went to the prairie provinces, I think it's Saskatchewan, and went to observe, went to watch, and brought kind of a synopsis or a piece of that culture back to Wquimikong. It was still new. The church to this day still has strong influence and impact. So, and even though it was 1951 when the Indian Act changed, we still were in the mire of it, so to say. And so the powwow came, but it was on a stage in the arena.
Gordy Ojic remembers that time. He and his brother snuck into the old arena to see what was happening. That's what inspired him to learn more about his culture and traditions. He's been dancing ever since.
We're looking at this thing, and we see these people sitting on this. It was a stage, mind you. The first time we had a powwow, they used to put that powwow on a stage, like a show, like Country Wild Bill West show. You remember Wild Bill West? West Show was, I think that was their idea when they had these Indians. I'll call them Indians, because that's the part. When we first seen them, they were Indians to us, because we seen them, and they had the roach, the Indian gear on. They're practicing and they're singing yo 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 yo, and then me and Scanner going like, nah, just get. Indians.
According to Pheasant, the powwow eventually moved from the stage to these grounds, and interest grew.
During the civil rights era, the late 60s and early 70s, during the American Indian Movement, AIM, there was a big splurge. So we were so huge, we were so big during that time, during the civil rights era of the late 60s, early 70s. And then in 1985, when Bill C-31 and the rights for Indigenous women to regain their rights, I think research has shown that there was a population increase and people wanting to reclaim their identity, their culture. And I do recall in the late 80s, there was another explosion of interest and activity, people returning back to the reserves.
The event draws thousands of visitors every year. Luke Wasagijic says that's why Wquimikong Tourism has been hosting a cultural pavilion since 2014.
We get a lot of European visitors and a lot of Canadian visitors, but it's also, it's about providing education, right? So we have workshops throughout the weekend on history of the Great Lakes. We have arts presentations. We have a special smoke dance presentation. So it's all about providing educational opportunities for the visitors.
This year's attendance was a record number.
This year is a very large event. We have over 500 dancers. We have a number of drums here. And yesterday I was told within a 2-hour time span, over 3,000 people came through the gates. So it's really showing how big this event has grown for Wquimikong. And I can't say enough how proud I am of our community, our events coordinators, all the volunteers, and all of the dancers and the drums who have come to participate in our cultural event this weekend.
For Pheasant, the practice of powwow is about cultural sustainability.
Talking with my children, my grandchildren, I'm telling them this isn't just about putting some stuff off and on and hopping around. It's about the sacredness. It's about the, to incorrectly use an English word, holy. This is very sacred, and I tell my grandchildren, take care of this and it will take care of you as this has taken care of me and now my children.
We'll have more from the powwow tomorrow. Annette Francis, APTN National News, Wquimikong First Nation.